It's Vivian Cherie here, back with the Beauty Brand Institute. And today I want to talk to you about how to get your hands on some of this $360 billion small business grants and loans, better known as the C.A.R.E Act, and as well as the $100 million grants and ad credits that Facebook is actually giving away. Guys, I want to thank you so much for attending today. This is going to be very important to you if you are a business owner, specifically a small business owner. So today in this training, we're going to be covering some of very important information about how you can take advantage of what's going on right now. Now, obviously, you already know, if you are here on planet Earth, clearly that we have been facing this pandemic, COVID-19, as a whole globe, and it has really taken to a huge effect on small businesses. So what I wanted to do is bring you guys some information, up to date, current information about what the government is doing to help alleviate some of that pain and some of the challenges that this pandemic has brought upon us as a globe. So to be more specific, we're going to be talking about what is the C.A.R.E Act and why you should care as a small business owner. Okay. And some of you might be wondering, well, what is a small business owner? What exactly is that? So we're going to talk about who is eligible for these funds. How do you apply? We're going to talk about, do you have to pay the money back? Because there's actually grants and loans. So you could possibly get your hands on some that you don't have to pay back. And then we're going to talk about how much you can get. And then we're going to have a brief conversation about the Facebook $100 million cash grants and ad credits and why you should be looking out for that as well. So get rid of all the distractions. Get ready to take some notes, guys, because this is really hot topics, trending information that could help you as a small business owner. While you're getting those notes, pen and paper to take notes, let me tell you a little bit more about myself. Guys, I work for Fortune 500 companies, 3 of them in leadership, branding, and marketing. Authored 7 books all about entrepreneurship, and did some internships for several celebrity brands, the Housewives being included. Now, I pretty much want you to understand that working for these companies, these major Fortune 500 companies, it was a great, great opportunity. But when you start to see that everybody is just a number, it doesn't give you the pleasure to really work in that environment. So that's when I decided to become an entrepreneur. Okay, so I've had several successful business, but recently in the last 7 years, I have tuned my full attention to helping a small business owner. I'm a small business advocate because the impact that your small business have on the community is really, really huge. A lot of people don't even realize that small businesses employ half of America. Half of America, that is who small businesses employ. And really, if you look in any government at all, their numbers are gonna look the same as well. So this is how you know that the small business is very important to the community. Number one, to be considered a small business, you have to have 2 to 500 employees. Okay. So as you know, we're saying we're living in challenging and fast changing times. As a small business owner, if you're a sole proprietor, or maybe you have a couple of locations, maybe you have a team of 10, maybe you have a team of 500. But are you protected from pandemic outbreaks such as the COVID-19, floods, forest fires, extreme weather? Extreme things are reminders and wake-up calls about the importance of proper proactive planning and execution. Guys, I've really been thinking about it, because throughout life we go through so many different challenges. It is what it is. If you look throughout history, they had another pandemic. I believe it was in 1918, the flu, but chickenpox as one time was, measles, There were several different things. And this is just one that has currently really has challenges as a globe, with this particular outbreak. But the question is, are you protected? Okay, you and your business. Let's just have a moment of honesty here. Are you and your business, are you protected? Meaning, if something came in, anything on this list, if something came in and affected your business the way this COVID-19 is, because everybody that's listening to me right now, you may not have been highly affected, but I can guarantee you over 90% of you that will end up and that are listening to this particular training, I know you've been affected because we have all been affected as a community. Okay. So the question is, are you protected? And what does that mean? I'm not just talking about insurance, guys. I'm talking about, do you have additional ways, multiple ways that you are providing for yourself or your family? Or do you have that one source that you are waiting on, or that you've been depending on, I should say? Okay, now this is for you if you have a retail location. Maybe you have an online business. You may have a salon, barbershop, boutique. You could have a pet grooming service. You might have a tire shop, a restaurant. Okay, small business. We're all in this together. Okay, and I truly believe that crisis is a wake-up call to say, hey, it is time for us to stop thinking and feeling like, oh, it won't ever happen. And when we realize we're in that situation, we don't have anything planned or set up. So ask yourself, are you protected? If not, I want you to understand that your business is so important, because the immediate effects of a pandemic or natural disaster, guys, this is not just the outbreak, but a natural disaster in general, right? 40% of small businesses will not reopen. Every time I say that, it breaks my heart. It really do. I mean, because as a fellow business owner, we all get up and we fail. We get up and we fail. So even at this time of crisis and challenge that we are all going through, even if you had to close your business down, and you can always build it again, trust and believe that. You can always do it again. But just to know that you put your effort into it, it is going to be painful that you had to close it down. And just to think, guys, 40% will not reopen, man. Like, that's deep. That's real deep. That's why I wanted to bring you guys this training, because I want you to take full advantage. Today we're going to be talking about solutions. If you've been a part of this training or this particular brand or style trainings that we have with the Beauty Business Institute, you will know we're all about solution based. We are a company that, first off, we have been an advocate for the small business owners for over 10 years, but I have specialized in the beauty industry, because I believe that the beauty industry is one of the hardest and most competitive industry that you can be in. That's the salons, barbershops, boutiques, spas, but as well as restaurant, guys. So if you fall anywhere in having a small business, this is for you. And everything that we just discuss, we pinpoint problems, but we're going to give it back with the solution. So let's get into it. So first off, guys, before you even get to the point of saying, okay, yes, I want to get my hands on some of this money that the government is giving out, because I want you to, you must understand that, okay, you want to start with a plan, a resilience business plan, so that you can pivot and prosper in any economy, not just to get yourself out in an emergency, because the money is going to be coming out pretty fast. Okay, so it's not about that, guys. It's about you really having a plan. How do you want to use the money? And I'm saying all that because they're going to ask you certain questions. So you can't just call up there, hey, my business has been closed for the last 3 weeks. How can I get some money? What I'm going to give you today is all of the links that you need to go get the applications and where to go. I'm going to give you everything that you need that you can start the process. But before you even get to the application, the app, and we also have a picture of the application so you'll understand, guys. You know how filling out an application is. Sometimes they ask you for information that you got to get up and go get it. So before you run off and say, let me go get this money or try to apply for it, let's talk about it. Let's get a plan together, and so you can really be more effective. Okay, because this is all up to date and current information as of April 6th. Okay. All right, so let's get going. Now, first off, guys, when you're starting this plan, I want you to have a mindset shift. During challenging times and crisis times, I know it hits everybody in a different way, but this time it hits everybody. It doesn't matter how it hit you, it hit it and it hurts. I actually had a friend that I actually went to school with, was a nurse in the Detroit area. Man, he died. And guys, he was only maybe 37 years old. So this is affecting us as a globe, not just, one side of the world or anything. Well, anyway, guys, I truly believe throughout all the pain, there's purpose in it. And I truly believe if you can take an opposition and turn it into an opportunity, you can make anything happen. And that's what this training is all about. And I truly believe that's the mindset shift that you need. Because when you get this money from the government as well as Facebook, guys, and wait till you hear about Facebook. I'm so excited about that because, guys, you could get it from both. There's no limits. And then it's like, check this out, guys. You could literally get the government's money to take care of your rent and things like that and pay employees. But you could use the Facebook money to boost your business up. Man, this is so great. This is so good. That's why I want you to understand, guys, this is actually an opportunity. Even if you have to close your doors, you still can get money from this particular situation and rebuild something new. Okay, so let's go. So the small SBA or Small Business Administration, what resources is available to you? Well, guys, they have a complete website. It's sba.gov, sba.com. Guys, they have a plethora of information about COVID-19 and all the resources that are available to you. So today we're going to focus on the $370 billion approved for small business owners. Okay, that's going to be the first part that we're going to focus on. Now, guys, I've said 360 and 370 because I've seen several different numbers, but I do know it's between 350 and 370. Okay, so it's been approved already. President Trump already signed the approval for it. C.A.R.E. It's called the C.A.R.E Act, the Coronavirus Aid, Relief, and Economic Security Act. Okay, and I actually will have all of the links in the comment section. So guys, all the links that you need that is straight from the government, because a lot of websites, they start to post these different links up, and that's cool and everything, but sometimes when it comes to wanting an urgency, you want to get it straight from the source. And that's what we've done here. Every link that we have here is going to be directly from the SBA, as well as treasury.gov. All right. So you understand this is an act that's completely for small business owners. Who can apply? Where you can be a business owner, a sole proprietor, nonprofit organization, as well as churches. And pretty much it means that you should have at least 200 to 500 employees. However, I was advised that you can just be the sole proprietor. Obviously, that means one person. Okay, so even if you are filing as 1099s, you can still apply. That's why this is so powerful, guys, because it's really no limits. A lot of times the business loans, I'll be honest with you guys, I've helped a lot of businesses get loans, and it's a lot of different steps. And here you have steps, but guys, it's not a lot of brick walls to say you cannot get it. If you look at this list here, this pretty much means everyone that has either filed with a 1099 or has a LLC or C Corp or S Corp. Okay, and even nonprofits, guys. That's why this is so great for you to take advantage of it. Now, it's called the C.A.R.E Act, but it is under a program called the Paycheck Protection Program. Now, how can you apply? You see this link right here, guys? This is the sba.gov/coronavirus to apply. Okay, now when can you apply? They started applying April 3rd for small businesses. Okay, so if you have the LLC, If you have the S Corp and C Corp and things like that, you could have applied April 3rd. And then starting April 10th, which has not came yet, that'll be in a couple of days, a few days, you can apply then. That's for sole proprietors and 1099s. Now, guys, as of today, which is April 6th, I saw some numbers on Google, and I don't know how accurate they were, but let me just tell you some numbers that I did see, that over $6 billion of the money has already been applied for. It didn't say anything about approval. It just said $6 billion worth of the money has already been applied for. So this is to tell you guys, get your paperwork out, all of your tax information, even if they don't ask you about it. Get your tax information out, your tax ID numbers, get your employee information out, get your numbers. You need to know your payroll costs, if that was something that you had to face as well. Get your rent, all of those things, guys. Get those ahead of time. You can get it while you're listening to this training. Just listen to it, while you're getting things together. Start pulling them out. And you don't have to necessarily just put it all together in a perfect pile. Just put it all in a pile, period, and then start going through it, because I really want you guys to take advantage of this. We work so hard as American citizens to really do our part, especially small business owners. I truly want you to be able to get whatever they are giving. And check this out, guys. What's really important is some of it you won't have to pay back. Okay, we have some of those details as well. I respect your time, so I'm going to try to make this as brief as I can, but there are certain criteria that you will not have to pay the money back. Now, the deadline is June 30th of 2020, but if I were you, I would apply it before April is over, if I were you. Because see, if the deadline's in June, guys, that's telling you they're going to start issuing out checks ASAP. They're going to start issuing out checks right away. So you don't want to wait. Okay. Now, how much can you borrow? Guys, you can borrow 2 times your payroll amount, not to exceed $10 million. So guys, you really can get some good help. Okay. So you really, really can get some help here. I mean, this is great. I mean, now think about it, guys. The deadline is June 30th and they just opened up the doors. I'm telling you, that's just a 2-month span. Guys, that's telling you they're going to be sending out checks right away. So I don't want you to stall about it. I don't want you to procrastinate about it. Start pulling out your paperwork, your tax refunds. Just get all your information that you need to really take advantage of this. Again, the link is sba.gov/coronavirus to apply. Now, let's talk more about how you can actually walk into locations and apply for some of the COVID-19 updates and paycheck programs. Now, any federally insured banking or lending institution, you can go in and apply. So any bank that, when you see the little, FCA or FCDA on the bank, it's pretty much saying that they're insured. Okay. So those are going to be the type of banks you can just walk into to apply. However, you can also apply online. Here is a copy of the application. And again, guys, we're going to have all the links in the comment section and description box and everything. We just were having a lot of technical difficulties, and we really wanted to bring you this training right away without procrastination, because the doors have opened for opportunity and we really want you to take advantage of it. Now, let's talk about this Facebook $100 million cash grants and ad credits, and what you need to know and why it's even important to you. Well, here's the deal, guys. Facebook is giving away $100 million in cash grants and ad credits. Now, grants automatically should tell you that you do not have to pay it back. So that's number one, why it's important to you. But number two, they set you up for a win-win, because they're giving out ad credits, which means they are giving away credits to be able to advertise on their platform. And guys, that means you can get your business in the front of billions of people. So today we're going to talk about what you need to know to get your hands on some of that cash as well. Now, keep in mind, guys, there are certain stipulations with Facebook, and here's the other piece to it. Facebook has not had the complete carpet rollout on theirs. So you are really at the front seat of getting this information because they haven't even completed the whole program yet. But we got some really pertinent information for you. That way you can be ready. You know, here at the Beauty Brand Institute, we teach you to stay ready so you don't have to get ready when opportunities like this come about. Okay, so let's talk about what you need to know to get your hands on some of this $100 million from Facebook. First off, who can apply? Well, any small business owner, again, sole proprietor, LLC, S Corp, C Corp, any of that, you can apply. Who is eligible? As long as you have been affected by this COVID-19 outbreak, pretty much if you have a retail location, this is why I'm really happy for you guys. If you have a retail location, even if you have an online business, you might have an online business and have a warehouse, okay, and you had to cut back hours. So we're all in this together. But definitely if you have a retail location, a 1099, you may have a salon suite, anything where you can show you pretty much have been spending business expenses and you have taken a loss during this challenging time. Okay, so now here's the deal with Facebook's. Now their other requirement is you have to have been in business for over a year, at least a year. And then to apply, you have to be in a city or country. And today we're mainly talking about the US. But you have to be in a city where Facebook operates. So where they have some of their infrastructure or their offices at. And guess what, guys? Just for you, I actually have a list. So guys, this was screenshotted from their website because again, Facebook program is still in its infancy. However, they're continue to roll out details. So you want to stay on top of it because again, guys, it's a win-win. They're not even asking for money back, period. So some of you might say, I might try to get my hands on some of this Facebook money. Okay, they're not even asking for money back and they're giving away advertising credits on their platform. Guys, that's gold. So here's the list. I'm going to read the list off to you quite quickly here. I see Altoona, Iowa, Ashburn, VA, Atlanta, GA. That's Fulton County. A lot of times they have the county. I see Boston, Mass, Austin, Texas, Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Detroit, Forest City, North Carolina. I see Eagle Mountain, Utah, Huntsville, Alabama, LA metropolitan area, Huntsville, Fort Worth, Los Lunas, New Mexico, Valencia County, Forest City. What else we got? Miami-Dade County, New Albany, Ohio, New York, Newton County, Georgia. Okay, so don't just think that it has to be a small or a large area. Okay, I see Papillion, Nebraska, Pittsburgh, Prineville, Oregon, Redmond, Washington, Richmond area, and San Francisco Bay Area. So guys, check this out. That's not even a huge list. So if you are in those areas, you need to get some things together so that when they start rolling out, the application and everything, you can get your hands on some of that. Now, why is this important to you? Is because if you've never advertised with Facebook, I want you to understand that you literally could, while we have this downtime, you could create some products where when they come back up, you could use it for this particular time of opportunity. Here's one that I'm thinking of automatically, an ebook, guys, because an ebook is completely free to make. There is no overhead at all. You could literally sell the story of your life. Look at this challenge that we're now going through. I'm telling you guys, you can help people with your story. And you could literally create an ebook in 7 days, completely free. So think about if you had that done, like a 40 to 50 page book, because it don't have to be a long book, just effective, right? Imagine if you got the Facebook credits and grant money and you wanted to put it into that. You could do that as well. Okay, because that is something that people are always buying. I'm going to tell you this now. Ebooks would not be profitable if Amazon is doing it, Amazon is involved in it, ebooks are profitable. So don't ever let anyone tell you that ebooks are not profitable, and don't ever let anyone tell you that your story would not sell. Next, you could do small group coaching. Now, guys, I'm giving you this because I want you to think outside the box right now. Because right now, if your doors are closed, you will want to really think about ways that you can make money before you get back to the salon, before you get back to the restaurant, before you get back to your boutique. Okay. So even if you're just going to really level up with your team members, think about small group coaching. There's people in your community that you know that have always probably came in and spoke to you about being interested in what you're doing, and wanting to get more information. Guys, this is a great time to really get your perspective and view out to the world about what's going on or current events in your particular industry. Small coaching, we're literally using these services all the time now. Is more prevalent now. See, a lot of times people were avoiding this, but this particular small group coaching platform, such as Zoom and freeconferencecall.com, guys, these are platforms that for the most part are completely free to use. Why not add an additional stream of income to your business while you're waiting on everything to, take its course? Here's another thing, guys. The best time for relationship building is right now. And I want you to understand that email is still the king and the best business automation tool for you to use is for the email marketing. Why am I telling you this? Because, guys, you are about to get your hands on a great opportunity of money that is floating around, number one, and they're not taking forever to give it out. You want to have everything in order. Have a few things in play before the money comes so that when that money do get in your hand, you can take off running. Now, I know some of you guys are like, I don't know. It still sounds kind of sketchy. No, they're not doing it. But at the end of the day, guys, when it's time of crisis, one thing's for sure. You have to seek transformation. You're going to have to transform your business to overcome this current crisis. It has really affected us as a globe. And you can't go back to the drawing board. You can go back to the drawing board, but you can't expect to get different results if you've been doing the same things you've been doing. So, for the most part, guys, you have a couple of choices to make. You can take this information that I told you about, learn, you can go research more of it on your own and take massive action. Guys, to you, I applaud you because that's what you need to do. But, if you might decide, hey, this is not for me. I don't believe it. I'm skeptical. I'm not going to do nothing. I'm just going to wait till everything blow over and maybe some stimulus check or stimulus money will fall in my hand. But guess what, guys? I want you to understand that is totally fine. But your decision not to make a move is still a decision. And I really, really want you to take advantage of this so that this COVID-19 can be a minor setback for a major comeback. Other than that, guys, together we can fight the COVID-19 outbreak. Follow the 5 guys. Wash your hands. Stay home if you can, guys, and just be safe overall. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Love you guys.